Okay, round 3, race 2 of the Australian Institute of Motorsport Formula V New South Wales State Championship, Wakfield Park.
And as we'll get a shot of the grid, Tim Brooke in the orange LE100 ahead of Simon Pace, Darren Williams, Brodie Tilbrook in a great performance to get fourth in the first race yesterday ahead of Corinne Perry, Ryan Reynolds, James Horn, Morgan Fremantle, great job. Stephen Gamara also great
and they're
job.
away.
Jeff Bennett.
Oh, look at it. There's Cluteray at the back of the field on the dirt. Simon Pace has got a great start and jumped Timmy Brooke with Darren Williams third. Looks like Lockie Higgins going up the inside.
That's right. Smoke everywhere as, let's see, do they get through safely through turn 2?
Okay, so
yes, they do.
There's the safety car. Here's Thomas from the back of the field who did not finish yesterday's race with a distributor problem.
And look, he's passed 1, 2, 3, although he's been beaten by Cluteray. That's had to back off, obviously. Now, Peter McDonald on Dylan's left. So he's passed all the 1,200 cars, maybe.
Okay.
So, all right, safely through. Now, will Dylan Thomas get the run behind Michael Cluteray? Left, right.
Michael closed the door. Here's Simon Pace. Here's Timmy Brooke and have a look. No, Darren Williams is about a car length further back. A further car length back is Corinne Perry with Brodie Tilbrook.
Okay, great.
Morgan Freeman.
I was about to say snake of cars, but this mid-pack runs wide into the fishhook.
There's Gary Myers trying to have a look at the inside, and that's Jeff Battingway with Simon Thompson. He's had a poor start.
He had a terrible start. I think I saw him miss a gear off the line, and that's why he's got a bit of a run through in this race.
Thomas had to lift.
That's a shot of the fishhook with cars going in all different directions.
And there's Alan Harrison on the outside there, return to racing.
That's actually a great debut for Alan in that car this weekend. He's self-built, and he hasn't been too far back at all.
He's put a Stinger body on it. There's Ryan Reynolds a fair way further back than we've used to seeing him this year this far.
Okay, that's the last corner. They're all coming onto the main straight at the end of the first lap as they go through one after the other after the other.
Simon Thompson's still not making up ground. I wonder if he's got a problem in that 1,200. Here's Simon Pace with Timmy Brooke right behind him. They're made about 5 car lengths on Darren Williams.
Right, they don't look to be challenging each other too much at the moment. They're probably just taking careful the first few laps.
There's Corinne Perry with Brodie Tilbrook right behind him. Morgan Fremantle doing a great job.
You see James Horn go through that corner, flat out hanging the tail.
Here's Thomas. Thomas still hasn't got past bloody Michael Cluteray.
Going up the hill, flat out in fourth.
That's Bruce Perry in front there as well. Bruce Perry's got much better speed this weekend.
Right, coming down the hill now, coming into the fishhook that we'll see here.
Is Timmy going to have a look? No.
Simon Pace leading ahead of Tim Brooke with Darren Williams.
Corinne Perry.
Perry.
He's
Gamara.
Hit the thing. Oh, he's just nudged the flag post there.
That was a great spin. That really.
He might be bogged there.
Very entertaining. Let's see if he can get going.
Thomas still hasn't got past Cluteray, but he wouldn't have been able to pass there with the yellow flags anyway. Here comes
the leaders go through last corner. At the end
top
of
three have pulled a bit of a gap on Corinne Perry to Brodie Tilbrook. Morgan Fremantle, great job.
Horn, that's right.
And there's Jeff Bennett a long way further up as well. Thomas finally gets past Cluteray.
And he does, coming on the back straight under brakes. And right behind Bruce Perry, Dylan Thomas making up one spot after the other.
Just in front of them was, I think it might have been Daniel Stain and Benny Oldfield. And Timmy Brooke goes down the inside of
Simon Pace. That's taking it for the lead. And look, you don't see that very often at Wakfield Park, a very short straight. Usually slipstreaming doesn't really have any effect at this track. It's all about driver skill here.
Wow, there's a slight bit of slipstream on the front straight.
Oh, maybe a bit.
Here you go.
Not like Eastern Creek, is it?
Whoa, here we go.
Oh, there's a spin. There's a hit. There's a collision.
So here it is. Thomas.
There's check. Ben Oldfield. He got it left and right, and the two cars had to check up, and the collision took place.
Bruce Perry's getting reverse gear and gets going again. Looks like Daniel Stein's not getting going. He's still stopped there.
When you're racing that close, it looks like there's nothing anyone could have done about that.
Okay, so there's the Gamara car still stuck beached on the curb there. They might have to safety car that. That's in a pretty dangerous position. That.
Well, as you'd expect. Let's see if the clerk of the course lets him go through a few times, and the drivers might feel comfortable.
There's Alan Harrison doing a good job, and there's Matty Pearce
leading the 1,200 in the red and white Lepton there.
Gary Myers and Peter Mack there.
That's right, and Bruce Perry coming through. That's Brock from Queensland joining us for this weekend in a 1,200 car. First time ever at Wakfield Park.
So the yellow flag, I just think I might have seen a yellow flag at that flag point. Just let's see. James Horn sliding it in.
All right, James Horn, probably not
There's Jeff Bennett.
James, wonder if he really knows the full meaning of the yellow flag. Well done, James. That's what we want to see.
Okay, I might have been wrong. There's Alan Harrison. Okay, Matty Pearce.
In the leading 1,200 car, as we've said that many times.
Yep, there is a yellow flag at that flag point, so I suggest that's for a safety car.
We'll find out in a moment.
And that's why no one's passed in here.
Brock from Queensland and Bernie Cannon fighting wheel to wheel.
Is that Bernie? I think that's...
you can see the safety car in the distance. I think the cars have all slowed down here.
Yeah, they definitely look at a slower pace.
They've all compressed.
Everyone's closed in on each other. Ryan Reynolds, look how far back Ryan is.
Brody Tilbrook, he's right up there as well. Ryan Reynolds, yes, he's dropped back. Struggling a bit this weekend. The car not at its peak, I believe. Talking to the chief mechanic of the Reynolds racing team. That's Robin Reynolds, of course.
Yeah.
I should say one thing. This is Wakefield Park. We're racing in mid-August. Mid-August in Australia is winter time, and Wakefield Park is usually freezing cold. But not this weekend. This weekend the weather's been very mild and no frost.
It hasn't been warm.
Well, it hasn't been icy and snowy like it has been on occasion, so we've been very fortunate.
Yeah, have been very fortunate. So the race order at the moment is Timmy Brook first, Simon Pace second, Darren Williams third, Brody Tilbrook doing a fantastic job all weekend there in fourth.
That's right, a great step up for Brody this weekend.
And Corinne's been very fast fifth. She's got a brand new motor in this weekend from Frank Kleiner, yeah.
That's right, and that's obviously finally allowing her to show her true potential. The potential we've always known's been there, and now she can show it race after race.
Okay, is a safety car coming in here? I wouldn't have thought so because the car...
I'd say it has... Yeah.
Oh, there it goes in.
Goes off the track. Here they
Timmy
go.
Brook goes.
He's out like a rabbit out of a foxhole or something like that, maybe the other way around. Okay. Down the straight, all car one behind the other.
Okay, so now everyone will be in the tow and see who will pull out first here. We'll see on the front end shot here, you'll have the 1600s leading the 1200s, all coming down the front main straight here at Wakefield Park.
Big gaps between some of these cars.
Green flag.
Not prepared for the safety car going out, keeping their eye on the flashing lights on the roof of the Ford Territory safety car.
And you'd have to remember that you can't pass before you get to the control line. Oh, Ryan Reynolds, big break on that.
That's a flat spot for Morgan Fremantle as Ryan Reynolds goes down the inside.
Well, our Dunlop tyres that are running this category are pretty solid, so... Oh, what happened there?
Right, cars side by side. Tim Brook coming down the hill. He's got the lead quite safely ahead of Simon Pace and Darren Williams. Darren, brilliant to see you up close. That's what we always want to see. Brody Tilbrook, great job.
There you go. James Horn up the inside of Morgan.
And Fremantle. And
Thomas up the inside of Benny Oldfield.
Dylan struggling a bit. Benny Oldfield, yes, down the inside. Bad luck, Ben. Keep the door open. That's what will happen.
Okay.
Alan Harrison, Matt Pearce. That's... Gary Myers, Bruce Perry, Peter McDonald, there's Brock.
Oh, Brock has a bit of a twitch.
That's right, Jeff Bassingthwaite goes through to take another position.
Okay, so the front three is Timmy Brook, who's been solid all weekend.
Great camera angle to see all these cars coming onto the back straight at full speed.
Okay, Brody Tilbrook not far away, Corinne Perry... didn't quite catch it. That was Morgan. Then there was James Horde. Who's that? Lockie Higgins up the inside of Michael Cluedo.
Cars going left, right.
There's Alan Harrison, 1200 battle, 1200.
Matt Pearce in the lead there.
Simon Thompson's...
There's been no sign of Simon. We haven't seen him, whether he's just out of camera angle or whether he's in the pits.
Timmy Brook goes defensive here. He wasn't feeling comfortable with his run down the straight there. Try and make Simon go the long way around, but he wasn't able to do so.
Right, but you're quite right. A bit unusual to see Tim uncomfortable this weekend. He won the first race yesterday. That gave him pole position for this race. He won the race comfortably yesterday.
And he had pole.
That's right, and I think I said that actually.
Oh, sorry.
You know what? I think he had pole as well, so that's well done, Tim.
And just coincidentally, that's 3 poles from three rounds this year too.
Exactly. So
in the old LE 100,
he's getting some help from the JASA factory preparing this vehicle, and that appears to have made the car go a bit faster.
Someone just went off there.
Alan Harrison, Bruce Perry, Matt Pearce, Gary Myers, and Peter McDonald in the Kestrel, Brock and Jeff in the 1200 cars.
Someone went really wide there in one of the white cars. It might have been Corinne. She might have just had an issue there.
It's worth saying here that Bernie Cannon isn't here this weekend because he's heading off to on his way to Mallala for the national round in 1 week's time. That's Mallala is about 1,300 kilometres away from this track.
Might have been Ben Oldfield because Corinne was still there. Let's have a look here.
Let's see. There's Ben.
There's Lockie. So it might have been that Lockie Higgins went up the inside of Benny Oldfield
and pushed him out wide. Yeah. That's a really nice thing to do to your best mate, Lockie.
Yeah, mate. There's no friends in racing.
I guess so when you're out there on the track.
Yeah, that's right. It's all about getting the furthest position towards the front that you can.
Yeah, Formula V drivers are very unsociable,
aren't
they?
Here we go. Simon Pace goes up the inside of Timmy Brook. This time Timmy doesn't go defensive.
Gee, is Tim that uncomfortable at the moment that cars can just tow past him so easily on this short straight?
Maybe he's got something up his sleeve waiting for a bit later.
Right, maybe Simon Pace is just knowing that Dylan Thomas is catching them and he's got to get his foot down. Speaking of Dylan...
he's not actually getting through the field as fast as you thought. There's James Horn.
He's caught James Horn there. James Horn, the rookie for this year. Daniel Stein.
You've got to remember that section of the track, it actually bottles and gets tighter.
Right, hard right. Here we are, top of the circuit, now coming down the hill. Hard right, third gear, flat out.
Okay, and Darren Williams is close on this battle here with Brodie Tilbrook, Ryan Reynolds, Corinne Perry falling back a bit, Morgan Fremantle, Jeff Bennett doing a great job there with Horn and Thomas behind.
Right, not great to see Ryan Reynolds not up near the front. Obviously some set-up problems with the car this weekend.
Oh, too wide in the head, hang back.
Dylan Thomas, couldn't get past James Horn, but now he's on the back straight. Dylan's obviously a very late breaker, as we know well, a very experienced driver. Will he get late braking? No.
No, well, he's given James Horn the run.
But he's following James round, and he's taken that position from...
And probably thinking of the toe down the straight as well.
Was that Jeff Bennett or Daniel Stein?
No, it's Jeff Bennett. Actually, Daniel Stein's not racing after he got
collected by
hit
Bruce
in the
Perry. Back, that's right, and I think I could see his rear muffler crushed in that.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds wide. Corinne Perry goes through.
A spot there. Clearly, Ryan uncomfortable in the Sabre this weekend.
Oh,
right, Dylan.
This is some repeat footage.
Right, on the back straight, here we go. Yep.
So, my guess is James Horn's going to go up the inside and Thomas is going to follow.
Well, I don't think it's not quite the same. I think James was about half a metre to the left on the previous lap.
Okay, here comes Timmy Brook up the inside of... Simon Pace taking that position for the lead back. About the only lap he hasn't led all weekend was the one.
I don't think I've seen this sort of consistent passing lap after lap between two cars for many years at this circuit.
Here goes Thomas on James Horn, which you could see planned at the corner before.
That's that brilliant slipstream from the Singer chassis, just helping Dylan.
Oh,
down.
Jeff Bennett has a go as well, but he runs it wide.
That was exciting cornering, Jeff. Do it again next lap.
Okay, so here's Timmy Brook in the CXC car at the front, followed by the beautiful presented Pace HDD car.
Right ahead of Darren Williams. Great to see you so close to the front, Darren.
Okay, so here's Jeff Bennett just behind James Horn.
Dylan Thomas is pulling away ahead of James Horn, Jeff Bennett. There was Michael Cluteray in the Green Stinger,
which had Lockie Higgins,
Bruce Perry, and now Alan Harrison doing a great job considering it's his only his second or third race meeting, but it's his first real full proper attack on a race circuit for a weekend.
It is indeed. Okay, so you got Brodie Tilbrook just off the back of the front three here, and then a little bit more gap back to Corinne and Ryan, and then another bit of gap to Morgan, who's done a great job.
It's funny, Brodie, a great performance in fourth place, but he's just slightly out of camera angle. Sorry we haven't said too much about you. Okay.
Yeah, he's at fantastic pace. And there goes Lockie Higgins up the inside of Cluteray.
Right, was that...
There's Bruce Perry, which has made his way back after his earlier contact, which I wouldn't suggest that he had all fault for. It looked like the car in front of him, which may have been Benny Oldfield, checked at the middle of the corner, which made Daniel check, and Bruce then collected the back of Daniel Stein.
Right, really good camera angle here when cars are going through, but gives you a good idea of the Wakefield Park layout.
There you go, there's Simon Thompson, so he still is circulating.
He's back out there,
but he's got a problem because he's not at full pace. So I think he's just circulating for points because he is leading the championship. Here's Timmy Brook back up the inside. Darren Williams looking to have a go as well.
Right, but
Simon Pace.
Simon couldn't take Tim for the lead, and Darren Williams through the inside. That's serious driving going on at the moment. This is not gentlemanly staff. They're not just organising themselves.
Well, Darren needs to pull his finger out if he wants to be in this championship battle. He is sitting second in the series, and Ryan Reynolds is further back.
A great angle of the third gear corner at turn 2.
Fair bit of smoke coming out of Lockie Higgins' car there,
too. I think that wasn't tyre smoke I saw earlier on, half a lap ago. That was all smoke.
It looked like rocket cover.
Exactly.
Okay, so Thomas is now on the back of Morgan. He's going to catch Morgan.
Dylan Thomas, James Horn, Jeff Bennett. Jeff Bennett in only his second race meeting, fighting there in the high top tens. Well done, Jeff.
So it's actually been a slower progression forward for Thomas than I probably would have anticipated he could have done.
Okay.
So here comes Thomas onto the front straight on back of Morgan, and he'll probably go for the toe down and try and pass before the line. Okay, here is Lockie Higgins in front of Michael Cluteray, and the trail of smoke still there.
Definitely
Benny Oldfield's falling back a bit here. I don't know if he's had some dramas or not.
Falling back in the clutches of Bruce Perry.
Okay, and there's Alan Harrison and Gary Myers. Here's the lead 1200 of Matty Pearce. Gary Myers, look at this.
A collision, a nose cone. That's Alan Harrison.
And that was
Gary Myers, I think.
No, was it Bruce Perry in his second contact of the race?
Now, Bruce, you're taking them out, mate.
So, okay, there's a bit of debris left on the circuit there as well. Here goes Simon Pace up the inside on Darren Williams.
Yep. He's got second place.
Yeah.
This is serious stuff.
It could have been just well timed that as well, because if a safety car comes out, hang on, you might not keep that position either. Looking up there,
Right. Oh, you can see Brody Tilbrook. He is actually catching their.
Thomas that didn't get past Morgo either.
No, that's pretty good going for Morgo, because Dylan's a top flight national level competitor.
Yeah,
Morgan is one of your best weekends for a long time. Tim Brook.
I suggest Thomas will have a dive down into the fishhook. It's a favourite.
Dylan wouldn't do that, would he? Do you think?
It's a favourite. Look, he's already
Here
wide.
he is. Yes, he is diving down the inside.
There you go.
Yes, as we watch it here on board, diving down the inside.
It's an old favourite. Ask Timmy Brook from a couple of years ago.
Well, okay, we'll get the microphone out on Timmy after this. Lockie Higgins, Michael Cluteray. Michael finally got the stinger going after some problems at a couple of race meetings earlier.
And there's Bruce Perry, so I think I was a bit unjust on Bruce Perry with the contact with Alan Harrison, so it may have been Gary Myers.
Yeah, probably was. So.
And we do know that Gary Myers has got a gearbox issue at the moment this weekend, and there goes Ryan Reynolds back up the inside of Corinne Perry.
Right, 5th and 6th place there, but...
and Thomas is not far behind.
That's right, Brody Tilbrook catching... third place car there as they went through that corner coming onto the straight.
Does that smoke look like it's getting worse? And there goes, talking of Bruce Perry, he's just gone up the inside of Benny Oldfield.
And that's pretty good driving on Ben's part, because Bruce's part, because we all know Ben's a top-level driver.
Hang on a sec, look at this. The flag point just pulled out a safety car board. Watch this.
What's happened? What's happened? We'll find out in a moment.
I think it might be that debris on the corner there from the contact earlier.
That is Alan Harrison's Stinger's nose cone.
Oh, it's not a Stinger. It's a Harrison.
It's a Harrison.
It's a self-built.
Looks like a Stinger.
He actually purchased a Stinger body, but it was his own chassis. So
well, that's even greater
actually,
credit
and
to Alan.
You were right. It's actually Brody Tilbrook has got all over the back of Darren Williams there, but it may be too little, too late with. Oh, the race is still going. Looks like they're still racing.
Yeah, they didn't slow down. There was the yellow flag must have been just for that debris, which is a great thing to do.
Well, I thought I saw a safety car board.
We'll find out in a moment.
So,
no, but
here you go. So there's Alan Harrison's without a nose. Here comes the leaders through, first, second,
Timber,
third. And there's a yellow flag there.
Yes, they're slowing down now.
There you go.
They're not passing each other.
See that? There is a safety car board. There it is there.
Yeah,
there's Thomas in front of Morgo with James Horn, followed by Jeff Bennett, followed by Lockie Higgins, followed by Michael Cluteray. And who's this? Benny Oldfield.
No, Bruce Perry.
Perry.
And there's Benny Oldfield in the Jacer.
Benny Oldfield must have a problem, because Benny Oldfield finished on the podium at Eastern Creek around last year.
That car very sensitive to track and setup, and very easy to get wrong. We know Ben's a great driver, and he's driving the wheels off that car all the time.
Okay, so safety car's out. Timmy Brooks got the lead. Now, last lap under the safety car, actually. So this is the last lap under safety car, meaning that this is the order they're going to finish in. That's the second round in a row that's going to happen, because they did that at Eastern Creek on the middle race as well.
We haven't had safety cars much in the New South Wales State Championship for a couple of years, but I think this is the first time we've had two cars in successive weekends, successive rounds with safety cars.
And the safety car will pull in, everyone will run down the line, no one will be able to pass.
Yes, he does pull in.
Okay, Timmy Brook will take the win with Simon Pace taking second place.
With Darren Williams in third and Brody Tilbrook, great performance in fourth place.
Okay, fifth will be Ryan Reynolds, Corinne Perry in sixth, Thomas seventh, Morgan Freeman will be in eighth, ninth will be James Horn, 10th will be, looks like it'll be Jeff Bennett, and then you'll get Michael Cluteray, Lockie Higgins, then Michael Cluteray.
That's right.
Then Bruce Perry.
A great run of cars there. The 1,200 cars were led over the line by Matthew Pearce, and then Peter McDonald, a great second place.
Jeff Bassingway, Brock Vander Corporate.
And Simon Thompson, who normally is near the front or at the front, in fifth place. Bad luck, Simon, this weekend. Great to have all the cars there this weekend. Great driving in the Australian Institute of Motorsport.